Welcome to Mesopotamia, the birthplace of civilization. Architecture. Mesopotamian architecture was first permanently built in 6th century BC. Among these, there were mainly big structures made for the government or for royalty. The men believed that God had given them the gift of building. Sumerians would lay rows and rows of bricks perpendicular to the rest of the rows. Because these bricks were sun-baked, buildings were strong. They were destroyed, leveled, and rebuilt on the same spot. This planned cycle gradually raised the level of the cities so that they got elevated above the surrounding plains. Specially prized were imported building materials, such as from Lebanon, Arabia, and India. Clothes. Why? I think that Mesopotamian clothing was rather weird and funny, rather robish. Impressively, they developed majestic fashion skills. The earliest civilization used animal skins, yes, animal skins, to cover themselves and protect their bodies from the environment. But luckily, people soon learned how to pound wool and goat hair into felt or weave it into cloth. Wool was the most common fabric used in Mesopotamia, also to make shoes. Beliefs. People of Mesopotamia believed in multiple gods instead of just one, and demons created by the gods, which could be good or evil. They thought that it was a blessing for their future life. But how do we know this? Well, many sculptures and religious prayers to the gods have been studied, and the inscriptions have also been translated, leading to us knowing about their time. The economic activity. The early Sumerians, who were the people of Sumer, which was the capital of ancient Mesopotamia, didn't exactly use money. But as the civilizations evolved, coins were in fifth function. Anyway, before the coins, barter system was the economy. Farmers would trade their crops to traders for animals and other things. They would also keep their trade records inscribed on clay tablets with a pointy stick. The crops were very fertile and rich, as they grew on fertile soil by the Tigris and Euphrates River. Did you know that Mesopotamia was located in the middle of the rivers Tigris and Euphrates? Currency. In early Mesopotamia, people used valuable metals such as gold, silver, and bronze to make coins. They became popular and were used in most parts around the Mediterranean. The food. Animals, sheep, goat, pig, cattle, duck, bird, pigeons, everything were raised on farms so that they could later be slaughtered and eaten by the people of Mesopotamia. But nevertheless, the people of Mesopotamia also made cheeses and produced milk, fish, meat, gazelle, deer, waterfowl for dessert, and they tried many experiments with their food so that they could come up with a perfect dish. Not surprisingly, after many years, 20 different kinds of cheeses were invented by them, 100 different kinds of soups, and over 300 different kinds of breads. Can you believe that? Ugh. The technology. Farmers developed ways to water crops before they were drowned by the spring floods. They used an irrigation system to carry water away from the rivers to ditches where the water was dammed. That allowed more crops to grow and leading to a better economy. Of course, we all know that Mesopotamia was the birthplace of civilization and the origin of almost everything we use today. Well, many of their inventions are still used. One of them is the calendar. The Mesopotamians used the calendar to help keep track of dates, to know when to farm, when to hold religious ceremonies, and when to conduct religious rites. The plough. The plough, as we all know, was made to help us and let animals do the farming and the harvesting. The wheel. The wheel was made to help the people travel and trade. Cuneiform was the first system of writing. They used to write down the records of trade there. And lastly, the sailboat. They helped transport things and people and supplies for trade across the Euphrates and the Tigris River. Thank you. I hope you enjoy.